a lot of teams have been out of the picture the first half of the season, got hot, went on a run in the second half, ended up making it into the postseason. It happens. That's when it starts getting good. I mean, what's there to pay attention to the first season? The only thing to really talk about is who's going to make the All-Star game. Who's playing good enough to be an All-Star. And the only thing you can really do that's interesting with baseball in the first 80 games is double a guy's stats and try to figure out how many home runs he's going to hit or how many RBIs he's going to have at the end of the season. That's really all you can do. You can figure out what people are on pace to do. After 80 more games. Unbelievable. But this is not going to be a bash baseball. Like you guys know, I'm down with baseball. It just, like with anything, I don't start paying too much attention to it until it matters. Alright, with the NBA, I don't pay much attention to it until after the All-Star game, really. Because what's there to talk about? Look, we still don't know. We don't know who's going to finish where in the West. There is no clear-cut favorite, and we are getting down close to, down close to the time to where it matters, and we still don't know. It's still a crapshoot. Like I said a week ago, San Antonio's in first. Now, in seventh. I mean, they're 2 spots away from not even making the playoffs. So what would there be to talk about? 15 games into the basketball season, nothing. And that's why I don't pay too much attention to it until it matters. Same with NCAA. I'm the same way. I don't pay too much attention to it. Until the end of the regular season, I start watching a little more. Conference tournaments, I really, really pay attention to as best I can. All right, I mean that's when it matters. All right, the regular season doesn't even matter, obviously. Georgia wins 4 games in their conference, somehow miraculously win the conference tournament by playing through like a tornado. All right, and now they're in the big dance. So basically, anything that happened before those 4 games in Georgia's season didn't matter. Absolutely meaningless. Nothing. So why pay attention? Why bother? That guy can be talking about other things. And we did. I do a show every single day, and I talked about all kinds of stuff. But you noticed I never broke down anything that had to do with NCAA basketball a month ago. I wasn't talking anything about it. Not a word. Somebody would bring it up, and I'd say, yeah, so what? What do you want to talk about? I remember Grubber one time say, hey, you want to talk about Drake? I think it was Grubber. So what about Drake? So they're working everybody over in the Missouri Valley. They haven't even lost a game, or they've only lost a game or something. So how about that? Yeah, we'll see what happens. Turns out they were a team to keep an eye on. All right, they only lost 4 games all season. Earned themselves a 5 seed. So Drake was a team to keep an eye on, but still it didn't matter then. It didn't matter then. And coming out of where they're coming out of, Missouri Valley, if they wouldn't have won their conference tournament, they would have had to take a good look at them. The selection committee would have taken a good look at them, and they probably would have made it in as an at-large, but they probably would have dropped down to like a 9 or a 10. So what's the point of even watching until that conference tournament? What's the point of even paying attention? And I'm the same way with baseball. I'm the same way with the NBA. The only exception, the absolute only exception, is the NFL. Yeah, and I don't know what it is. The NFL's just special. That week one, I'll do a whole show. I'll do a whole show or a whole week. Just about one day's worth of games. I'll do Monday through Thursday, the whole time NFL talk, all breaking down what's going on week 1. So I mean, that's the only difference. Because maybe Elliot says football is king right now. That has a lot to do with it. It's just the most exciting sports that you can watch. It's just the most exciting, you know, in all of sports. It is king. It is absolutely. You're absolutely right. It's king. It's on top. Sometimes I can't even find words for it. I'm just so impressed by the NFL, and I'm so in love with it. But I also think a lot of it has to do with the fact that it's only 17 weeks long, and teams only play one game a week. You know, and after that very first game, they only have 15 games left in their season, so it means a little more. You know, and on a week-to-week basis, it means a lot more. It really does. I mean, you halfway through a football season, halfway through the NFL, if a team's under 500, they've got some serious work to do. They've got serious work to do, and they're probably not going to make the playoffs. I mean, they're probably not. Let's say halfway through a football season, a team is 2-6, 3-5. I mean, a team that's 2-6 is going to have to win out, right? I think they're going to have to win out just to make the playoffs. Hopefully, finish at 10-6 just to make and hopefully make the playoffs. Maybe